Today is Tuesday, May 13. It is 5:30 p.m. Could we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
Juan Castillo, President.
Present.
Lorena Delgadillo, Clerk. Christina Clark, Member.
Present.
Laura Torres, Member.
Present.
Luisa Arriola, Member.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Before we begin, as a courtesy and to help foster better engagement and communication throughout our meeting, everyone joining virtually, please turn your camera on for the entire meeting, please. Two point one, do we have any comments from the audience?
No, we do not.
Okay, no comments from the audience. Moving on to 2.2, first things first, presentation by Said Plantillas.
Hello? Hello? Okay. Do you guys have the slide
Yeah,
deck?
if Antonio, if you can support us with the presentation, please.
Yeah, just so we can follow along, but very briefly, I can go ahead and get started. My name is Said Plantillas. I work for First Things First. I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator. Thank you all for being here. I see that we have a very engaged community here, that we have people showing up to give their feedback to our community. I see a lot of little ones. I have a little one right now. He's going on a year and a half. So definitely can relate to a lot of the families here. And I think you'll all appreciate when I share a little more about our current ongoing childcare crisis. And there we go. Without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started. Thank you, everyone. So, first things first. What is First Things First? First Things First is we're a state agency. We were passed by voter proposition in 2006. We do four big different things. Pretty much, we have community leaders that we train and recruit for our regional partnership council. Our regions go ahead and basically. Right now we have 11 different members in our council. They are the ones that decide how we spend our money. They are the ones that decide how we allocate our resources and what programs and strategies we fund. We have advocacy through community engagement. That's where I come out, do presentations, meet with community members, hold forums, and make sure that we are getting the message out to the community. And we lobby through government affairs. We have a government affairs team that goes up to the Capitol and makes sure that we're having policy there that is reflecting the values of First Things First. And then finally, we consult, right? So that Regional Partnership Council that I mentioned, they're the ones that give us that advice and that background on how to better spend resources on the community. And you'll see really quickly here, it shows that out of the nearly 18,000 children under the age of 6 in the county, at least a third of them live in poverty. So expanding the audience through engagement, right? So what we want to do is focus on talking to those community stakeholders and increasing support for community funded solutions to our early childhood issues. For example, changing the way people think about, talk about, and take action on behalf of business with our elected officials and how we address this big issue. Right here you can see a quote from the president of the Arizona Chamber of Commerce that talks about how childcare is key to solving our workforce issue, right? If we can't get kids in childcare or to be in the classroom, it's impossible for parents to go to work. So Arizona doesn't work if childcare doesn't work. We are not able to actually get people out of their houses and into the office and to go to work when they don't have that peace of mind that their little ones are going to be somewhere where they're safe, where they're well taken care of. So this has led to increased costs, less options, people missing work and having to quit work. So it's starting to cut into businesses' bottom line. It's around an average of $1.7 billion that it's costing us annually at the state level. And it's just a good investment, right? If we invest now, we're going to see the yield of that years down the road. And if we don't, we're also going to see the yield of that. When we foster those initiatives and those options, we take that toll off of employers and off of everyday Arizonans. So here are some statistics to just further give more numbers and more quantitative data to the issue. At least 60% of our young children live in homes where both adults or all adults in the household work. Again, I was mentioning it's costing around almost $2 billion annually to our Arizona economy, and the cost of childcare has outpaced inflation 6-1. Right now, it's more expensive to put a kid through childcare than it is for in-state tuition at Arizona State University, U of A, at one of our state universities. So it's really important that we prioritize this and make sure that we are getting the word out. And then right here, which is the main purpose for me meeting here with the school board and with the public, is we want to empower you all to act locally, right? Here we have a quote from our Yuma mayor talking about the importance of early childhood and why it's important to advocate and use our platform, especially leaders who already have networks and a platform and more influence in the community. So right here we have a QR code for our Take Action page. Whoever would like to scan it. It shows more ways in which we can take it up on our own hands and be active in the community. And then right here we also have another QR code for another resource that is our childcare calculator. This is meant for small businesses to see what toll those childcare deficiencies are taking on their overall bottom line, right? How much are they losing? How much is it costing them in turnover rate? And what talent are they losing due to those childcare issues? And I don't know why. Can you try to click it one more time? I don't know why. Oh, wait, maybe go back. I don't know why Diana's picture wasn't loading, but can you go back to the other slide? No, the other one. There you go. So Rudy is our regional director who actually deals with strategies. There you go, Diana's back. And our regional partnership council. I'm the community engagement coordinator that comes out forward-facing with the community. And then Diana's our program coordination specialist to make sure that we are strategizing and being effective with the programs that we fund. And then I'll just go ahead and leave you all with this. You all have power. You all are able to influence others. I think that using our platform to advocate for early childhood solutions will be huge. That's the only way that we're going to get legislators to actually take action and want to invest in our community to solve this issue. We're also open to doing presentations to any clubs, groups, or boards that you may have, and statements of support, like in the local news outlets, op-eds, and just feel free to invite us to your events. We would love to be a part of it, share resources, and just, again, talk about the importance of the ongoing childcare crisis in the state. And that is it for me. Thank you, Somerton School Board, for your time, and thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Saeed.
Thank you,
Thank
Saeed.
you, Saeed.
Thank you. Moving on to 3.1, TDS PTL recognition.
Good evening, Mr. Board President, Mr. Castillo, members of the board, Mr. Duron and Ms. A, and everyone in the audience. I'm going to start off by sharing that Ms. Sullivan, our assistant principal, is actually holding our kinder registration night. So going along with your message, right? So any kinder parents in the audience, you'll still have time after the meeting to rush to TDS. Okay? I'm glad to be able to come here tonight and be able to share with you and highlight just some of the work that our parent-teacher league officers have done throughout the school year. And I say school year because some of them you're going to hear that have been serving our school for multiple years, okay, with clear and fair elections, okay. But before I share about our officers, it's only fair that I also publicly thank and show appreciation to our Tierra del Sol parents and families. We all know that the qualities of a successful school is the involvement and the partnership with parents in the community. We know that building relationships among staff and students is our highest priority, but also with the parents that we serve. TDS takes pride in welcoming all and any form of parent involvement. I would like to share we have shades of parent involvement, from parents holding the office in our parent-teacher league to parents who send donations, some cheese, hot Cheetos, and Mr. Cano, all other healthy snacks, okay? They sign forms and they return forms. They have the uniform ready in the morning. They attend parent conferences. They hold school attendance as a priority, or sitting with their child to review homework and listen to them read. Any form of involvement makes our school that much richer, and we learn alongside each other. We continue with the great traditions and expectations, while also polishing and improving as a school with the insight and our parent support. Therefore, this evening, I want to send a genuine thank you to our Sundragon parents and families for a great, successful school year. And to represent the involvement of our TDS parents, it is with great pleasure that we recognize this year's school year 24-25 PTL officers. And before I mention their names, I would like to share just some of the work and involvement they've had these past few years, with a couple of the activities that they leave their legacy on campus. It says, TDS PTL officers don't just say we care. They plan and attend monthly parent meetings. They plan spring and fall festivals. They organize appreciation activities and thoughtful tokens of appreciation. They fundraise with the support of other parents. They design and make copies of flyers. They donate their time. TDS PTL officers don't just say we care. They support with promotions. They sponsor promoting 6th grade class shirts. They are responsible with creative ideas like tattooing the school principal. I didn't bring any pictures, okay, but they're in the vault. TDS PTL officers don't just say we care. They are trendsetters in the district. They bring ideas like the no-carb pumpkin contest, the color powder run, or the walkathon. They raise funds like for example, to pay for a fireworks show. Also, they fundraise for the first electronic marquee in our district, contribute to the mariachi to welcome our district staff. TDS PTL officers don't just say we care. They show up, they assist, they volunteer, and they generally care. Enough to also purchase the best school mascot around, Sal the Sun Dragon. And if we can welcome him with a round of applause. It's Miss Sullivan. Mr. Rascon. And we're going to allow Sal the Sun Dragon to stay up here. It took a while to grow those scales, so we want to make sure that he has time to take pictures, okay? At this time, I am also going to invite some of our former Sun Dragons and current Sun Dragons to be able to recognize, and I'll say in this case, no shade against dads, but the moms that are here present this afternoon. I mentioned about elections, and we've revisited bylaws and kept bylaws to ensure that we have fair elections every year. We have, the first nomination is the first cycle, and then the parents that get on the ballot. And with that said, you're going to see some repeated years of some of our officers that have served TDS. So I'm going to start off with the mother of Grecia, Jimmy, and Mesa, and Adriel. Adriel is soon to be a Sun Dragon. And we have Cecilia Ruiz, who served as a historian this year and has been supporting our TDS PTL for 2 years or more. So congratulations to Cecilia. El pastel. Ahorita lo vamos a partir. Mother of Landon and Lanelle and Luca, one former Sun Dragons here, 2 current Sun Dragons. Served as our treasurer, Sheila Beltran. She's held the office for 3 years or more and previously been supporting. So congratulations to Michelle. Mother of Sergio, Athena, and Jose David. Sergio is also a Cobra right now. No, he's a Toro, right? Yeah. Yes, sorry, Sergio. Athena and Jose David, current Sun Dragons. Our secretary, Patty Arroyo, she's held her office for 6 years or more. I'm gonna do- We also have another member who has served for more than 6 years, mother of Sofia, who is currently a Toro, Sebastián, a Cobra, and Santiago, a current Sun Dragon. Mirna Diaz as our vice president. Our next officer has held an office or supported between two schools. Back when Encanto Learning Center was a primary school, she served at ELC and TDS. She has been an officer for the past 13 years. Mother of Arturo, Sabrina, Samantha, and Anthony. Arturo currently sophomore at ASU. Sabrina, a COFA. Somerton High School wasn't built yet, so. Samantha, a Toro, and Anthony currently are Sun Dragons. So with that said, Anthony's currently a sixth grader. So Miss Anaya will be moving on. Mr. Rascon and Miss Castro, I would get her number as she leaves with clean elections, right? So Helen Anaya, our president. You'll still see me. So we would like to take a picture with the board if that's okay, and you brought your nice shoes. And they also get a beautiful cake. Thank you to Mr. Cano for your support, and they get to share as a family today, so you don't have to make dessert.
No cheese?
Say dragons.
I need to pick up my feet. I need to pick up my feet. You're tripping. I was tripping right here.
Yeah, that's what they're able to.
Yeah. Plus, I think we need to have a photographer here. So other people come and do it.
Antonio, thank you. Just want to remind our board members that are joining us virtually to please turn your cameras on. Moving on to 3.2, SSD Folkloric Dance Group Performance.
Good evening, board members, district staff, and parents. My name is Chantal Reynoso, and I am the EO specialist. And besides that role, this year I got to coordinate the Somerton School District Folkloric Group. Our folkloric group is made up of 7 schools. We have kids ranging from 1st grade all the way to 8th grade. And our wonderful dance instructors, we have Melissa Lopez at TDS, Iridian Pisano at OGS, Marta Salas at Desert Sonora, Claudia Alvarado at ELC, Ashley Marin at BTS, Lydia Velez at SMS, and Monserrat Rivera at SBS. So all of our schools have their own group, and these wonderful teachers do an amazing job. I know they can't hear me, but hopefully they'll listen to this message. I want to thank them for their incredible instruction, whether it was perfecting technique, boosting confidence, or just making each class fun. They left a lasting impact on those students. And we do have a special presentation for you all. We just need a couple seconds to get ready, and then they'll be ready for you guys to watch them.
Awesome.
Mr. Castillo, as they're getting ready, I just want you to know that my webcam is hidden, so I don't have the option. Antonio, can you please check that for me?
Okay, he's looking into it, Ms. Delgadillo. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know.
No, I think they're coming out. I thought she didn't say to go out.
I think she's gonna let us know if they're ready.
Oh, they are lining up outside.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're ready. So we're gonna have to go outside, guys, so we can see them, okay?
Ms. Delgadillo, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Pero,
Can you
go
try
ahead.
again? We this in this program, I can't give you. It's like you can give yourself
It's a
access.
what?
Only you can turn on your camera. I don't have access to
See,
like disable or
see, I do. I press camera, it may say webcams are hidden.
says webcams are hidden.
Ajá.
Are you
Let
going
me,
through the phone?
sí, sí, es que estoy aquí en el hospital en el cuarto de mi mamá.
Oh, you know
But
what? It might
I'm
be
on
it
the
might be a
phone.
setting on your phone.
Oh, let me see. But how do I do that? Because it says you can turn off the preview in settings, but it said turn camera on. So I click on turn camera
Oh, there
on.
you are. I see you. I see you.
Oh, okay. I can't see I don't see you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay.
There we go.
Porque dice webcams are hidden.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can definitely see you now.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn it off until they come back in.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I'm at the board meeting, but I'm doing it virtual here in your room.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can still hear you, Ms.
Oh,
Adelia. Yeah, you won't be.
sorry.
Mic check. Mic check.
Ow, my toe. Ooh, I feel like I've just been in a tornado. Now we'll be cleared up. Yes.
Remind them to all remind them, wow. So, so moving on, it was great to see the kids performance, and also Ms. Felix. Thank you for the parents that came in and received their awards. So that's amazing. 13 years, just great. So moving on to our superintendent's report from Mr. Duron.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our monthly board meeting. Everyone's still having a party out there, so that's kind of nice. But great things happening, like always, in our district. I can't believe it's already May. Just thinking back, reflecting back, been my very first board meeting in August to now, like lots of great experiences, learning opportunities, and growth, which is what it's all about. You do have a couple of things that I'm giving you. One of them is a list of all the promotions that are happening. They're actually starting tomorrow. Some of them are our preschool promotions that start tomorrow. Some of these dates are during the day, so I know that we are working, but if you have the opportunity to attend some of these, that would mean a lot to our community. Just to expand on our Somerton Middle School promotion, we needed to change locations for that promotion. Last year we held it at the Somerton High School track, but this year they're rebuilding that track and field. There's a project that's happening, so they weren't able to host us in that particular field. Taking it back to the middle school, the roofing project is still on its way, and so most of the parking area is covered by all the equipment of the construction company. So our next location to consider was Council Park. So when we knew that was going to happen, we met with the city. They were really excited to host us at that particular park. Maintenance, which included Martin, Sergio, and obviously the SMS team, and the district level team, we gathered to come up with the plan, and they've, knock on wood, they crossed their T's and dotted their I's. I think they're doing a really good job in planning for this promotion. They've enhanced a couple of things. I know that they rented a stage, they rented a whole sound system that includes a couple of screens that will be pushing the performance live, I guess, so that everyone gets an opportunity to really see it clear. So great things are happening for that promotion. If there are any questions in regards to it, obviously Mr. Rascon and Ms. Castro are here to respond to any of those questions, but that would be the gist of SMS promotion. Before going on to a couple of other things, we are closing off the year. It's May, and next week it'll be the last day for kiddos, but our teachers, our principals continue to work, right? So right after Memorial Weekend, we do have a busy week of trainings for our leadership teams. And I gave you a handout with all the different dates that are coming up for the summer. In July, we will be hosting our data summit. That'll be a 3-day leadership summit where we will be discussing and looking at data for creating our goals for next school year. And then we also have, and I think this is something that used to happen in the past, we are going to bring back the 3-day conference training for our teachers. And so those dates are also there, and we'll be giving you additional information once we get closer to those dates. All right? That's it for me, unless you guys have any questions.
Do we have any questions or comments? No? Thank you, Mr. Duron.
Awesome.
So moving on to 4.2, report from Ms. A.
All right, good evening, everyone. I will be also presenting about 301 in just a little bit on one of the items, but as a district, our team has been working on their student handbook. So we have a unified district student handbook, which is a great idea. Been working on some of the legalities that are in it and the discipline matrix, and we'll bring the discipline matrix to the board at a later time for this next school year. But legally, everything is still the same. We'll be continuing to use that on the backside for the administration. Also, I just wanted to give a shout out, Orange Grove, BTS, and TDS this year are all national showcase schools for capturing kids' hearts. And I just want to give them a round of applause. So we have 3 schools, and I think it's really awesome as that enhances the culture and climate of for our students and staff. And we just work to continue to excel and model that as leadership as well, and all the activities and all the things that we represent. So just really proud of the team. It's a lot of work. So that enhances so they can achieve academically as well. And that concludes my report. Any questions?
Questions or comments? Thank you, Ms. A. So moving on to 5.1, board members report and board attendance. Ms. Ariola?
I don't see.
Ms. Ariola has disconnected from the meeting. Do you have the time, Antonio? Approximately? Okay, it's 6:05 and Ms. Ariola has disconnected from meeting. Ms. Delgadillo?
Hi, everybody. I'm so sorry I'm not able to make it. I'm sure those performances were amazing. Takes me back when I was a kid and I was in Ballet Folklorico for about 15 years there in Somerton. Sorry, missed it. My mom is in the hospital, so I'm here. My duty is to take care of her in the evening, so I'm here. So sorry I missed it, but I'm online. Thank you for everything that you do. I know that the end is coming for the end of the school year, and so I'm sure the kids are ready as you are. And I do want to appreciate and say everything that you do, as I mentioned in my email that was forwarded to you by Mr. Duron, that we appreciate all your hard work, all the administrators and teachers and IAs and maintenance and cafeteria, everybody as a whole, everybody's an educator one way or the other. And so you are valuable to our community, and we thank you for everything that you do. Sorry for those that are going to have your promotions. Some will be conflicting as far as for my work, and others because I have hospital duties. So I'm here, and I'm sorry I'm going to be able to miss it. SMS, I was a little concerned about the SMS promotion, but thank you, Mr. Duron, for clarifying it for me. And now I understand why the change. So good luck with that. I will be there. I have made arrangements already. So thank you for everything that you do. Thank you, Mr. Castillo.
Thank you, Ms. Delgadillo. Ms. Clark?
Ms. Delgadillo, I hope your mother feels better soon. And to our staff here and everyone watching, I know Teacher Appreciation Week just passed, and just seeing your pictures and everything that you did to make your teachers feel appreciated. It's so nice to see. So thank you all so much. I know Principal's Day passed. All the things, all the good things happen in May, right? I know that I have RSVP to some of your ceremonies coming up. I'm gonna try to attend as many as I can. So thank you for the personal invites. I know I had one secretary reach out, student council secretary. I thought that was so cute. So thank you so much for that. The top 20 teacher of the year that we had locally, my goodness, the efforts that was put out. Thank you all so much for everyone who was involved or behind the scenes. Everything looked amazing, and I'm so thankful that we are able to celebrate our teachers in that fashion here locally, as well as the county banquet. But I just felt the one here was just a little more personal, and it was beautifully executed. And the top 20 for those students, man, you guys, that was awesome. I really enjoyed it very, very much. So thank you all for every effort you put forth. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Clark. Ms. Torres?
So I can, echo on a lot of things that Ms. Clark was saying, and Ms. Delgadillo, I also will have your mom in my prayers. Hope she gets better. And, again, you guys are almost there, last stretch. You know, don't forget to breathe. Practice your breathing exercises and, you know, just stay the course. And then I will commit to getting principals a coffee if you send me your order. I can try to do that before next Friday. Let me know what day is better for you too. Maybe Friday because it's the last day. I don't know, but let me know. I know for me, I depend on coffee. So, you know, if it's not coffee, if you need tea, I can do that too. But thank you so much. You know, there's only, you know, so much that we can do, and I don't think there's ever enough that, you know, we can say or do to appreciate all the work and hours that you do. Thank you so much for the, you know, the parent recognition of the PTLs. That was great. Thank you so much, Ms. Felix. That's so important, the hours that they're investing, right? You know, all of our PTLs, I wish we could recognize the hours and like you mentioned, the legacy that they're leaving, right? This is really, you know, 13 years, right? Ms. Anaya has been serving, and I'm sure she's going to continue to serve her schools. And so, you know, we have great parents in our community. Proud to be a part of this community, and then going back to the top 20, my goodness, yeah, just seeing, you know, students, you know, succeed and seeing the celebrations, you know, at their parents, the excitement in the parents' eyes, you know, this was something special and unique. So thank you, Mr. Rascon and Ms. Castro, for doing that for your school, and then, you know, thank you to our superintendent and associate superintendent for our more intimate Teacher of the Year banquet. I think that was again, something new and special, and I hope you all consider, you know, looking forward to that every year. So congratulations to all the teachers that were nominated, and I just think the recognition and the celebration, you know, is really important, giving credit where credit is due, and you all deserve the world, and I wish I could give you more than a coffee, but, you know, but thank you so much, and I think that's it for me.
Thank you, Ms. Torres. And what can I say now, right? They said everything. You know, I did attend the Teacher of the Year banquet. Again, I'm going to echo what everyone said. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I like the fact that it was personalized for our district. So, I mean, it made me wonder, like, how come we didn't do it in the past? You know, but thank you, Mr. Duron, for hosting it. Also, Ms. Delgadillo, thank you for having your camera on, and you know, prayers for you and your mom. I also wanted to go ahead and say, you know, the folkloric dance, I mean, it's growing. It's amazing to see that talent. So thank you very much for that. Teachers, we're almost done. You know, I think this is a time to reflect, you know, what worked well, what didn't, you know, and recharge. You know, as summer approaches, make sure to, you know, practice self-care so that you can be ready in August. We need you all ready in August.
July.
July, sorry, July. Yes. But, you know, it's important. Self-care, I mean, it's important. You know, we need everyone, all of our staff to be okay in order for them to be okay to serve our students. So really make your health, you know, a priority. And, you know, thank you for everything that you all do. Okay? And I'm going to try to make, looking at the calendar here, I am going to be at the Desert Sonora pre-K ceremony. You know, I'm gonna try to make the others too. No promises. You know, but I'll do my best, and I'll send emails for those that I can make it.
Awesome.
Okay. So moving on to consent agenda. 6 point consent agenda. Does anyone from the board have a question or comment or wish to move something from consent agenda? No? Need a motion?
So moved.
Motion was made by Ms. Clark,
Second.
second by Ms. Torres. All those in favor say aye.
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 Mr. Board President,
Aye.
if you,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, did we count Ms. Delgadillo's aye? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So I'm sorry. So motion was made by Ms. Clark, second by Ms. Torres. All those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries 4-0.
I just want to add, if I may, in your approval and the consent agenda, we just approved the new hire for our Director of Human Resource, and we have Alma Gonzalez here. If Alma, you can introduce yourself and, tell everyone how excited you are.
Well, first of all, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Alma Gonzalez. I am just happy. I would like to express how excited I am to joining Somerton School District as the new HR Director. I am also looking forward to joining the team, learn from all of you, and see how my years in HR can be of help. Basically working together towards employee welfare and keeping their best interest in mind. I'm just excited, glad that this new chapter in my professional life is happening with Somerton. So just thank you for the opportunity. Looking forward to joining you all next Monday. I'll be here next Monday.
Ms. Clark?
I just want to say, Alma, I worked with you for many years in Gadsden, worked very closely and behind the scenes on a lot of things, and I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you grow. So congratulations on your new venture, and I'm going to be calling you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and welcome. We're
Thank you so
happy to
much.
have you on board.
Thank you. It's been nice. What I've seen, it's given me a great feeling. Everybody has been so warm, friendly. I'm just excited.
Awesome.
Looking forward.
You're going to love it.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm sure.
Moving on to 7.1, approval of the reading for policy advisor number 863-865.
So Ms. Kim and I were able to read through the policy advisories. On this particular one, there's just updates on the request on the evaluation form for the board evaluation. There's a section on the content for 9/11 and on what grade levels to be able to deliver that information, and then additional notifications for registered offenders. So this is the first read, and we'll bring it for second read next month.
Any questions or comments? Need a motion?
So moved.
Motion was made by Ms. Clark,
Second.
second by Ms. Torres. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Ms. Delgadillo? I think we-
Aye, I'm sorry.
Okay, so motion carries 4-0. Moving on to 7.2, approval of the reading for policy advisory number 866-875.
For this policy advisory, a lot of the changes had to do with the language matching the statutory language. So no major changes in the content, but mostly just minor revisions for clarity and rearranging part of the actual policy. And that's basically the changes.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Need a motion?
So moved.
Motion was made by Ms. Clark,
Second.
second by Ms. Torres. All those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries 4-0. 7.3, approval of revised FY 24-25 budget.
Good evening, everyone. This is the second and final revision for FY '25. So I just prepared a quick PowerPoint for you to do comparisons. Back in September, we did the revision number 1, and those were the numbers. And so revision number 2 now carries those M&O and DAA numbers. The changes are as follows. From revision number 1, we had some one-time FERPL funding and then some additional carryover that wasn't accounted for, so that gave us that 661,000. And then we had some changes in our ADM, which we were able to capture, and that gave us our revised number of the 23.3 amount. Okay, there it is. And then for the district additional assistance, it was just a minor change. There was a prior year adjustment that we had to account for, and so that decreased us about $787 to give us our final number for the year, which is the 4.101. Any questions so far?
No?
And then I did want to just include our current adjacent ways levy that we have. Nothing has changed this year with adjacent ways. These are the current numbers. This was for our traffic light, and that has stayed the same.
How much is the traffic light costing us?
The traffic light itself is about 740,000, and then we probably are hitting about 900 between all of the engineering fees and extras.
So almost 900, approximately like
About
900.
nine, yeah, yeah.
900,000, wow.
Yes.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Thank you, Laura.
That's it, thank you.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Motion was made by Ms. Torres, second by Ms. Delgadillo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to 7.4, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve or deny the release of contract of certified teacher from contract FY 24-25 effective May 2nd, 2025. And there is a letter under executive content.
Yes, and the recommendation is to approve the release of contract of certified teacher from contract FY 24-25 effective May 2nd, 2025.
Questions or comments? Need a motion?
Motion to approve the release of contract of certified teacher from contract FY 24-25 effective 5/2/2025.
Motion was made by Ms. Clark,
Second.
second by Ms. Torres. All those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries 4-0. 7.5, discussion and possible action to waive or fine 1% to teacher for release of FY 24-25 contract.
So based on the criteria, the recommendation is to fine the 1% of the teacher's FY 24-25 contract.
And again, there is some content under executive content. Questions or comments? Need a motion?
Motion to fine the 1% of the teacher's contract FY 24-25.
Motion was made by Ms. Clark,
Second.
second by Ms. Torres. All those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Approval, moving on to 7.6, approval to offer notice of appointments for FY 25-26.
And that is a recommendation to motion to approve notice of appointment as stated for all of our classified staff.
Questions or comments? Need a motion?
So moved.
Motion was made by Ms. Clark,
Second.
second by Ms. Delgadillo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to 7.7, discussion and possible action to approve FY 25-26 Prop 301 plan presented by Ms. Say and Mr. Flores.
All right, well, it's gonna be just Mrs. Say. Mr. Flores wasn't able to make it this evening. So, Antonio, if you would mind, thank you. So the plan remains the same as it has in the past, just a little bit of a new format to make it a little bit simpler for everyone to see and read. We were able to up our 301, our class site fund payout to our staff. So it went from 9,700 this current year. Next year it'll be 11,000, and so that's a nice chunk for our teachers. We wanted to ensure that we were trying to stay competitive in that regard. And so the breakouts are the same. 33% of that payout comes from the evaluation, and then 67% comes from their professional development community service hours, and that gives them the total 100% of the performance payout. They still get the base pay that's split up in December and in June, and then the performance pay is what was split there, so then they'll get that additional in June. So for example, right now our teachers are getting ready to get their pay, that first payout in June, and they'll get a base pay and their performance pay all together. Okay? Everything else remains the same. Evaluation is the same. We're working with Instructional Services Assessment Department to support all of the data that will support our principals with final evaluations. And you can see the breakout right there. Don't move anymore. Come down just a little bit. No, the other way. Right there, you can see the breakout. So 6,400 is the base pay, so they get 3,200 in December and June, and then the 4,600 at the end, and that totals up to the 11,000. Okay. And then as we go down, so you've got the performance plan, which is the 67%. This is just a little more detailed for our staff and administrators and the site representatives to present to their staff and to support them. But there any combination of the hours, PD, and community service, which is directly correlated to our district. So they are able to use any combination as determined by the principal in our plan. And then their evaluation. And so that makes up their whole 301 or class site fund performance pay. Any questions?
You said it increased from 9,700 to 1,100, right?
11,000.
To 11,000.
Yes.
What change did we get funded more this year?
Well, she can answer more about the menu as we went through, and we had to adjust some things, trying to ensure that we increased.
So we did get a slight increase for next year, and then in addition to that, we have rollover money that we've been kind of going off of as well, saving.
Okay. So like for like the following year, it'll be another 11 at least, or?
We hope.
We
It just
want to try to
depends on the,
maintain.
yeah,
At least
it really
maintain,
depends
yeah.
on the state funding, because they're the ones that come out with those numbers, so it can go up, it can go down, it just depends on the budget, the state budget.
Okay.
Yeah, and those are the funds that we use also for contingency for teachers in case we need to add a teacher. So we try to ensure that we have some of that saved. We're meeting our performance, and then the menu funds that go out to the sites typically, but that's for class size reduction, interventions, and things like that. Any questions?
No, any more questions? Is that,
That's it.
That can
It's
take
pretty
it, yeah.
simple.
any questions or comments?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms.
We'll
Say.
have a video for staff again this year. I just didn't play the video. We just
Okay. Need a motion?
So moved.
Motion was made by Ms. Delgadillo,
Second.
second by Ms. Clark. All those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to 7.8, discussion and possible action to approve the district paid stipends FY 25-26.
The recommendation is to approve to the district paid stipends for fiscal year 2025-2026 as presented.
Any questions or comments? Need a motion?
I make a motion.
Motion was made by Ms. Clark, second by
Second.
Ms. Torres. All those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to 7.9, discussion and possible action to approve a secretary position for the food service department.
So this year, the food service has increased product and work, including additional catering events for the district and our schools and our community. In the past, the department has functioned well without a secretary. However, this year, I've been really working hard with Mr. Jorge and pushing all the work that we're asking them to do, and they've been doing it a really great job and really gracefully. However, with this increased amount of the department, our recommendation is to approve a department secretary to support Jorge with the appropriate and added duties. Up to this point, all of the other district departments do have a secretary. And it is important to note that the salaries, benefits, and expenses from the food service department are funded by the food service program revenues. So it pays itself, basically. And so, I don't know if Jorge's here, but, oh, there you are, Jorge, right in the middle. We throw ideas at Jorge, and he's always very willing to work and make sure that, our schools are always, up and running the way they should, and adding things to the menu, working to making sure that our kids are satisfied with the new things that you're bringing upon. So at this point, it was needed. So that's our recommendation.
Mr. Aaron, I have a question. So this position, it'll be funded through the revenue that's being that's obtained by the Food Service Department, right?
That's correct.
So do you anticipate it continuing throughout the years, like next year, the following year?
Oh, yeah. So it's, Jorge keeps us in a very healthy green side of the account. So there's always enough revenue to make sure that we sustain this position. Yeah.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Thank you. Need a motion?
Make a motion to approve the new secretary position for the Food Services Department as presented.
Motion was made by Ms. Torres,
Second?
second by Ms. Clark. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to 7.10, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve the revised salary schedule.
This was an oversight on our behalf. We already have that position in our salary schedule, so we didn't have to go through this one. So because we just approved the secretary one, it's already part of the salary study, I'm sorry, salary schedule. We didn't have to do this particular one, so that's an oversight on our behalf.
Okay, so we really don't have to take
No.
action?
So we just caught it a little too late.
So I think we need to kind of table it, right, or no?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we just need to table it and then just for following Robert's rule, right?
Perfect.
So, need a motion just to be tabled.
I make a motion to table 7.10.
Motion was made to table item 7.10,
Second?
seconded by Ms. Clark. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to 7.11, approval of the revision of policy GCQE-R.
This is the return to work policy we addressed during our work study session. So based on the changes and the recommendation of our attorney, the policy language needed to be adjusted.
And this has already been communicated to all staff and everything, right?
Yes, that pertains to them, yes.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Need a motion?
So moved?
So moved.
Motion was made by Ms. Clark, second by Ms. Delgadillo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to 7.12, approval to offer a notice of appointment to Maria del Carmen Gonzalez de Lopez as lead custodian, returning from Education Service, Inc., ESI, on August 1st, 2025.
So the recommendation is to approve a notice of appointment for Maria del Carmen Gonzalez de Lopez as stated.
Any questions or comments? Need a motion?
So moved.
Motion was made by Ms. Torres,
Second?
second by Ms. Clark. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. 7.13, approval to offer a notice of appointment to Ruby Carvajal as school health assistant, returning from Education Service, Inc., ESI, on August 6, 2025.
The recommendation is to approve a notice of appointment for Ruby Carvajal as stated.
Questions or comments? Need a motion?
So moved?
Motion was made by Ms. Clark,
Second.
second by Ms. Torres. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving on to 7.14, approval to offer a notice of appointment to Blasa Arvizu as instructional assistant, returning from Education Service, Inc., ESI, on September 28, 2025.
The motion is to approve a notice of appointment for Blasa Arvizu as stated.
Questions or comments? Need a motion?
So moved.
Motion was made by Ms. Torres,
Second?
second by Ms. Clark. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to 7.15, discussion and possible action to approve the governing board members' 2025 political agenda to submit their top 5 priorities to the Arizona School Board Legislative Committee for consideration, that's due on Monday, June 9th, 2025. And on this one, this is kind of like this is what we do every year.
It is.
So I know we have a couple here. I can share one that I have. It falls under the adequately and equitably fund district schools to the national median per pupil funding. I actually have the first one, Mary, which is provide competitive salaries to attract, recruit, and retain talented teachers and staff. I don't know how the board feels about that one.
Yes, that's really good.
Good. Ms. Torres? So that could be one? Does another board member wanna?
Under the same tab, the first tab there, the fully fund the full day kindergarten and include kindergarten students in the override calculations.
I agree with that one. Ms. Torres, Ms. Delgadillo, are you guys okay with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. That's two. Three more, right?
Yes.
Under the same tab, maybe increase the funding for exceptional student services based on the cost study, including for rural or remote areas, gifted students, and early intervention programs.
I concur on that one as well.
Agreed.
Ms. Torres, too. Ms. Delgadillo?
Yes,
Okay.
concur.
That's three. I have another one. I have one under the required public accountability and transparency for taxpayer dollars spent on education. I have a repeal any program that gives funds for private schools, vouchers, ESA, and private school subsidize, and prevent any future expansion. How do you guys feel about that one? Ms. Torres? Ms. Delgadillo?
Yes, I'm good. I was trying to find the one that I was reading, but yes, I concur.
So 3-1, so it'll pass. You want to choose one?
I was looking at the Arizona's Rural and Remote Schools tab. So just provide funding to individual districts to implement locally directed research-based school safety programs and mental health and well-being initiatives. That's one that, again, for rural schools, I think especially is
Under the school safety and security?
Arizona's Rural and Remote Schools.
No,
tab.
it's under school safety and security.
This one?
You're talking
Oh,
this
yeah,
one
that's
here?
that one. It's because I saw it under this tab.
Yeah.
So, but it's school safety.
Yes.
So, Ms. Delgadillo, did you hear Ms. Torres?
Yes, yes, I did.
Are you okay with that selection?
Yes, I am.
Okay, too. That's 5, right? There we go. So, we just need a motion.
So moved.
Motion was made by Ms. Delgadillo,
Second?
seconded by Ms. Clark. All those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to 8.1, any recommendations for the board for any future agenda items? Anybody? Nope. Now's the time. Moving on to 8.2, regular board meeting it's on Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. And then we have a tentative meeting for Tuesday, June 24th at 5:30 to approve the proposed budget, right? So so look, so it's either June 24th or July 8th?
So what happens is, right now, we don't have budget forms from the state. We're hoping to have them, and then once we have them, we'll bring it. So we're hoping June 10th to bring it for proposed, and then we can do the adopted on June 24th. However, if something happens to where we don't have those budget forms in time for the June 10th meeting, then we'll have to push the proposed to the 24th and then have the adoption 10 days after that. So it doesn't have to be July 8th. That's open for discussion if you guys want to talk about it. But that is,
It has to be before the 15th.
it has to be at least 10 days after, and then I have to have it up to the state by July 15th. So you can play with that week, or,
I think for me on June 24th, I'm available on both days. So whatever, I don't know how the schedule for all the board members are, but I'm good on both days. You too?
okay. So we'll keep
Ms.
those.
Delgadillo?
Yes, I'm good for both days.
Okay.
Perfect.
July's a bit tight, but June is good.
Perfect. Okay.
And
Thank
I will say that for that June 10th, Ms. Delgadillo, I'll probably need you to lead that meeting because I'll be out of town.
June 10th?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
no
might be
worries.
joining virtually. It's I don't know if I'll be joining.
Okay, no worries.
All right. So need a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion was made by Ms. Park,
Second.
seconded by Ms. Torres. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have
Thank
a
you,
great
Ms.
evening.
Have a
Delgadillo.
good one,
Good
Ms.
luck,
Delgadillo.
Bye.
Ms. Delgadillo.
Thank you
you.
for having
Your
your
mom.
camera on.
Thank you. Bye.